All right, y'all. Let's try to make this quick. Who is your primary doctor? Who? Who is the doctor that you go to for your personal care if you have an issue? See, I know most of us as men, we probably couldn't even name our primary doctor because we don't go. Black men, at least. White men are a little smarter than us sometimes when it comes to their health. But black men, we, by percentage, we won't go until we just can't go to work. We just cannot stand up. That's when somebody will carry us to the doctor. Right? By that time, we've let a situation that could be reversed or could be dealt with in a way where it could be controlled and even reversed. It's out of control, and it's just nothing can be done except to manage it, right? But I'm saying to you, as a man who has a few health challenges at this point in my life, you need to know your primary. You need to be your own primary physician, you. Because what these doctors do is they give you the best of the information they have. And if all they have is information on how to manage you, then they just gonna manage you into the graveyard. You got to be honest with yourself. When you go into these doctors' offices, you're not a person, really. You're a business opportunity for them. You're a business opportunity for them. They don't have no incentive to see you get better. They have every incentive to see you placed right into managed care. That's their incentive. They work for these HMOs. Do you think these HMOs will make money if they heal people? They're not making money if they heal people. They're making money by managing people into the graveyard. We'll keep you alive, but you're going to be just alive enough to come back and get another dose of this medicine. Is that how you really want to live? Let me tell you a little bit about me. I had some health challenges. And they put me on some real heavy statin medication. That statin medication almost killed me. Not directly, but just with car accidents. I had like 3 or 4 car accidents that was a direct result of the statin drugs that they were prescribing to me, and I was doing them just like they said, 3 times a day, at every meal, this and that. I was doing just what they told me to do, and it was knocking me out when I was getting in the car trying to drive. After the last car accident, I said, you know what? I can't let these people. I can't just say, oh, whatever they say, I'm just do it. I can't let that happen anymore. I have to be more actively involved in what's going on with my health care. And then I had to realize, I don't work for this person. This person works for me. They're an advisor to me. They're going to advise me from the best information they have. And just because they got pieces of paper on the wall doesn't mean they got my best interest in their head. Somebody who has my best interest at heart is going to show me they got my best interest at heart by trying to hit me. They're going to align their thinking with mine. My thinking is there any way I can heal this situation without actually putting it in is there any way I can heal this situation without putting myself in a bad situation? Is there any way? If there's any way, hey, give it to me. Let me do it. But most of these doctors ain't going to do it. And they should stop calling them doctors. What they should call them is chronic care managers. Because that's basically what they're doing. They're just managing you. Oh, they send you for a blood test. You got certain things in your blood. They prescribe you medicine. Right? prescribe you what's called statin drugs or synthetically created drugs. Once they prescribe these synthetically created drugs to you, that's like me. I had high blood pressure. So they gave me all of these drugs to deal with this high blood pressure because it was ridiculously high. Okay, so they gave me all of they gave me like 3 or 4 blood pressure medications that I had to take all during the day. I mean, you can't even think, you can't get a hard on, you can't do nothing with all this medication, making you dizzy, making you drowsy, making you can't think. I mean, it's just, you can't even function with all this stuff. But they was prescribing it to me like nothing, like candy, right? I'm getting in car crashes, almost dying. I got 3 car crash, crashed into 3 parked cars. I was lucky I hit some parked cars. Nobody was hurt, except for me. But I mean, just saying this. But that's how God was trying to look out for me. But guess what? After about the 3rd or 4th car crash, I said, maybe this medicine thing, maybe these statin drugs ain't the way to go for me. See, the problem is what these doctors do is they go by the law of averages. They say, you know what? We're going to treat you like we treat everybody else. But I'm different. I may be different. These statin drugs may not be exactly the way. These statin drugs may not be exactly the way to treat my situation. Huh? But see, that's when you gotta get educated. See, you can't sit on your ass and let this other person put your life in their hands and say, well, they're the doctor, I'm going to let them do it. If you do that in 2021, you a fool. It's a lot of people that's dead because they let a doctor prescribe shit for them or let them do it for them. Man, they try to put me on so much medication, man, I wouldn't even be able to talk straight. I'd be like, I had to find some natural medication, some natural vitamins and supplements for myself to do what they wanted the medications to do. I had to find natural things to do that for me. And I'm still looking, but I have found a lot. And I found one thing in particular that a brother of mine, I reconnected with a brother on Facebook, and the brother said, man, you going through this situation, this health challenge? Try this. Give it about 6 months before you expect a major result. But shit, I'm only did it for 2 months and I've seen a result already, but I ain't gonna put it out there yet because I got some other, it's a reason why I'm not putting it out there right now. Anyway, I'll get back to that later. Anyway, don't let these doctors just prescribe stuff for you. Don't let these doctors just say, oh, well, you need women. Oh, you just need a hysterectomy. Oh, you just need a liver transplant. Oh, you just need a kidney transplant. They just tell you right away, oh, your numbers are under this level, you need to get a transplant right away. Maybe, but maybe not. Have you exhausted every other way besides that? Besides that, I'm not saying you don't get a transplant. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you get educated so that you can make the best choice for you. Because if you line 4 or 5 people up that have liver problems, all 5 people may not need a liver transplant. But they probably would suggest a liver transplant for all 5 people, but all 5 people may not. There might be some things that 3 out of 5 of them could do to increase the functionality of their livers. But they won't tell you that because that's not going to make them money. You're not a business opportunity when they healing you, when they helping you get better. I'm not saying doctors are evil people. I'm just saying that this ain't gun smoking. You ain't dealing with Doc Adams. You dealing with these doctors. They don't know you from Adam. As soon as you walk out their office, they don't know your name. They don't know ish about you. They don't know your family. They don't know your financial situation. They don't know your health. They don't know nothing. You just medical record number XYZABC123. Come in their office, they just say, hey, we did a blood test, your number's at this level, here's a prescription, go get this medicine. If you have a problem, come back, we'll prescribe you something else. But you can't listen to these doctors. This is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all can't listen to these doctors. As a person who's been dealing with health challenges for about 5 years, serious health challenges. I've never been sick hardly ever in my life until like 5 years ago. Okay, and then from then it's been real. It was a serious. It's been a serious ball game since then, right? But my point is, if I had listened to everything doctors told me, I would be dead. That's when I realized, I said, man, I can't just take their word at face value. I have to be able to listen to what they're saying, add it up, and see if is that the direction I'm going. How far am I in a situation? Is what they're saying based on my situation good for me? It might be good for 2 other patients that got the same situation as me, but it might not be good for me. I need to know. That's why I have to be my own primary physician. I have to be my own primary doctor. Me. And you too. You got to be your own. Because if not, look at all the people that's dead from coronavirus, bro. I had coronavirus. I know I had coronavirus, but I've been tested for it, but I mean, after a while, a long time after I actually had it. But I had coronavirus. I know I did but at that time they were telling everybody, you got pneumonia. Bro, I had so much water in my lungs, they had to take a big needle, probably about this long, and put it in your back. And they don't do nothing but put something like Novocaine back there. And they put it in your back, and they suck all the water out. I had 2 big old bags of fluid come out of my lungs. And that happened to me twice. Twice. In 3 months, I had to do it twice. And I know your question, did it hurt? Hell yeah, it hurt. Of course it hurt. Of course it hurt. Imagine somebody putting a needle this big in your back, putting it through your back, through the nerves, straight to the lungs. Huh? You trying to breathe while this dude got that big ass needle in your back and in your lungs. It's terrible. The whole thing takes about 20 minutes, man. It's terrible. But it's what you got to do. But I looked at my granddaughter. That's what I had to do. Right? It's what I had to do to be around for her and my family. But I realized I can no longer let them manage me into the grave. Because I realized this is what they're doing. They're taking a mass approach to every situation. And in 2020, you can't let that happen no more. I'd have been dead. I would have been dead. If I let them keep treating me for pneumonia, I would be dead. I had to start taking supplements that were cleaning my system out, opening up my airways. I had to start exercising. I had to start watching what I was eating. I'm a black person. I love fried chicken. Like Dave Chappelle said, I do a commercial for chicken for free. But I had to walk away from it. I had to leave it alone because it was promoting a gunk fest in my veins and arteries, and I could no longer. It was blowing my legs up. I couldn't do it no more. And then blame it on the doctor. I can't blame it on the doctor because it's me. I'm the person that knows best. These doctors wasn't in those car wrecks with me. Them doctors wasn't with me when they were squeezing out my lungs. They ain't with you. They're gonna write something on a paper and send you out the room and forget your name, forget who you was. I was with a doctor one time. This doctor was calling me the wrong name. I was like, What am I doing here? This dude is in charge of my health. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it. You fired. You go sit on the edge of the bench. If I need you, I'll call you. But I got to take this job over. So remember that. You got to take charge of your health, especially you black men. I know as black men, we got to get dragged to the doctor. But we got to do better, brother, because we got all these different situations that's come up on us, and we don't address it. We don't address it. And it ends up growing into a chronic illness that could have been dealt with, but we just was too, I gotta go. We too caught up in the hustle and bustle of life to go and actually take the time to have the discipline to take the time to go and see about our health. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. I don't care how much money you got. You ain't got enough money to buy your health. You can give a doctor $1 billion. The doctor ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Look at Steve Jobs. All that money he had. Eddie Long, all that money he had. What could they do? What could they do? They end up going on these crazy, I'ma just eat vegetable type of situations. Not realizing it's not eating the vegetable. You gotta get, because of the American diet, man, you gotta swamp yourself with vitamins, natural. You gotta swamp yourself. And it's gonna take time. There ain't no abracadabra, nothing out here, man. There ain't nothing abracadabra out here. Nothing. Am I telling you not to get a transplant if you need? No, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you, you got to decide for yourself if you need the transplant or not. You got to decide if your situation is so progressed so far. You got to add up all of this, everything that everybody's telling you. Look at your own personal health and how you feeling, and then you got to decide. Okay, it's probably time for me to do this, or I'm not in that situation where I need to do that right this second. Why don't I try working on healing this situation as opposed to just yanking it out of here? But like I said, the average doctor, especially the ones working at HMOs, they're never going to tell you. They only going to share information with you that they have studied, and they have studied how to manage you into the grave. They call it managed health care, but that's what they're doing. They just manage you right down into the grave. They don't expect you to get no better. When you get better, they go, what's going on here? They go like, what happened? What you been doing? Because they don't expect you to get no better. Anyway, that's me. That's what I'm saying. I'll share with you a little bit about what's going on with me. But hey, man, you got to be your own doctor. If you're not in 2021 and beyond, if you're not your own doctor, man, don't blame your body. It's you being lazy and not getting in. These doctors work for you. They work for you. You don't work for them. They work for you. And if they ain't doing what you want them to do, you have to put them to the side. And same thing with your family members even. I have family members trying to tell me stuff. I outlived all of them. That's what made me say, you know what? I used to feel bad not listening to them. But I knew that I was right, but I just said, I didn't want to see, sometimes you don't want to disrespect somebody by not listening to them because they got a degree. They got a piece of paper on the wall that says they're a real smart person. But when it comes down to, just like you could have a 5th degree black belt, but what it really comes down to is what you're going to do when somebody's really in front of you. That's the reality. That's the test of what really you about. And these doctors, what do? They treat everybody with the same, they treat you by the numbers. Okay, most people need a transplant. You got to get a transplant. Most people are going to need this much medicine. you're going to need, I'm going to just prescribe you all this medicine. Most, they don't care. And I'm not saying it's their job to care. It's not their job to care about you. It's not. It's your job to care about you. It's your job. You got to care about you. If you don't care about you, then go ahead and go to them, go to the doctor, and then when they say, oh, you need to do this and do that, and you say, oh, okay, I'm going to just go do it. I don't never say that. When they tell me, oh, you got to do this, I say, oh, okay. But I go check it out. I don't take nothing they say at face value just because they got a piece of paper on the wall that say they real smart. That don't mean they smart when it comes to me. That may mean they smart when it comes to the law of averages and the math situation. But when it comes to me personally, you don't know me. You ain't never sat down and ate dinner with me. You ain't never sat down and talked to me. You don't know me. You don't know me. I just can't trust somebody that doesn't know me, that ain't willing to. I can't trust them with my life. You don't know me, but I'm going to let you tell me, oh yeah, you need to do this. You need to you need to amputate your leg. What? Whoa, bro. We ain't even talked about how we should do this. We ain't even talked about any other alternative solutions. Your health is your business. And without your health, you ain't got no business. You ain't got no business. Last thing I'm going to say is to reinforce what I've been saying, is black men go to the doctor. You need to go once a year. Once you turn 40, you need to be going to the doctor once a year. Just to let them run the tests on you so you can see what's happening. And then you could go get a second or third opinion, and then you could try to find some solutions to what they're doing, what's going on. Some natural solutions. I luckily have found a lot of natural solutions to the situation, and I got one. I hooked up with a friend of mine on Facebook, brother on Facebook. We hooked up together, and this brother put me on to a natural agent that he said, you didn't get this about 6 months. It took about 2 months for me to see a difference. He said, but you'll really see a big difference in 6 to 8. He wasn't lying. I've seen it so far. I just, like I said, I went to the doctor, took a battery of tests. I seen every category in range of a healthy person where it's supposed to be. That never would have happened if I stayed on these statin drugs and let them drug me into oblivion, man. That never would have happened. Hey, man, in this world, it's you. It ain't your wife. It ain't your husband. It ain't your daughter. It ain't your son. It ain't your aunties. It ain't your doctor. It ain't your boss. It ain't your girlfriend. It ain't your boyfriend. It's you. You are the best person to know when something is not right with you. You. And you have to address it. If you let these doctors put you on a thing and take something out of you without at least exploring how to heal yourself, it's on you. These doctors don't know everything. They only know what they know, and they only been taught how to manage you into oblivion, manage you into the graveyard. If you start talking about healing, they're not trying to heal. They're not trying to put you in a healing. No, sir. No, ma'am. Healing is your job. The doctors are not here to heal you. They're here to manage you into a chronic condition. Your job is to heal you. Your job. You got to go out here, get up off your behind, and you got to go get some information, and you got to read, and you got to study, and you got to learn. And you got to ask questions. Right? Jesus said like this: seek and ye shall find. That don't mean you open one book and, or you listen to the news. The news is not information. The news is entertainment. Go to Viacom's website. It's listed as entertainment. The news is entertainment. It's not you're not getting information that can actually help you as a single person. You getting a mass. You getting information. You getting, I don't even call it information. You getting data that is being given to you that's to control your thinking, to guide your thinking into where they can tell you, oh man, everybody needs to get a vaccine. Whoop! And everybody just go out and get a vaccine. They're using the news to guide your thinking. Now the vaccine is a whole nother topic, so I'm not even going to touch that. But I just say you should be your own doctor. You are your primary doctor. And if you letting somebody else be your primary doctor, that's bad business. That's bad business. That's like Coke letting Pepsi's CEO run Coke. That's what you're doing. What do you think Pepsi is going to do with running Coke's business, with Coke's books and with Coke's resources? What do you think Pepsi would do with that? They obviously would run them out of business. So, because it would be a business opportunity for them. Same thing with your doctor. You're just a business opportunity for most of these doctors. I'm not telling you don't listen to them. Listen to what they say. Even your enemy can give you good advice sometimes. Listen to what they're telling you, but then go weigh it off of other stuff. Go weigh it off of what actually makes sense, what actually your goal objective is. If your objective is to be, under managed care for the rest of your life, then fine. But if your objective is to, man, I would like to at least attempt to heal this situation, then maybe what they saying, if it's not a acute situation or something, you got to jump on it right this second. Maybe you got the time to invest in trying to heal it. That's all I'm saying. We got to start taking responsibility for ourselves. Not only financially, excuse me, not only financially, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and health-wise. We got to we have to start taking responsibility for ourselves. I mean, each person in every area. We can no longer put your trust in this person here because they got a piece of paper on the wall to say they're a real smart person. Or they got a lot of money in their bank account, so they must know what they're talking about. Man, maybe they must know what they're talking about in a certain situation. But when it comes to you and your health, everybody's different, bro. All of us are different. None of us have exactly the same amount of cells at one time, exactly the same amount of setup. We got similar setups, but we ain't got the exact same setup. Right? I don't know. What y'all think? Should y'all just go into your doctor's office and doctor say, oh yeah, you need a hysterectomy, and you just go, okay, here, well, sign me up right now? Or should you be like, a hysterectomy? Well, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me think about it. Let me get back to you on that. You should never walk into your doctor's office and them telling you, oh yeah, you need to do this right this second. If you ain't falling over about to die, then I wouldn't do nothing they said right this second. I would go out and get a second and third opinion. How many people are around today that got a second opinion and they're alive and walking around today? Doctor said they only had 6 months to live, and they're here 20, 30 years later. But you don't hear about them people, man. You ain't hearing about them. Black man, go get tested. Go get yourself. Just go get the test results for yourself so you can see where you're at. Then you can know, okay, I need to do something about this. Maybe I need to get a supplement to help me lower my pressure. Maybe I get a supplement to do this. You have to supplement your diet because the American diet is full of toxins. I don't care if you're a vegan or not. The American diet is full of toxins. They spray all the plants. They pump all the meat with chemicals, and then on top of that, after they process it, they put more chemicals on it to give it a longer shelf life. It's just it's terrible. But nobody's really, I'm gonna say nobody, but most people are not gonna tell you this stuff. It's just gonna be probably somebody like me, man, and just say, man, that survived a lot of stuff, that could tell you, I'm back from the dead to tell you. I've been half dead already, so I know already that you could be out of here just like that if you listen to these doctors. If you listen to them and just take their word only and not do any research yourself and check yourself to see if you even in agreement with them, or maybe you're going to try a different approach, that's on you. Your healing is on you. And if you want to be healed, then you're going to have to do some work. You have to step into and you have to do some work. You have to do some studying and do some work. Anyway, I didn't mean to scare y'all. I didn't mean to go on and on and on. But I think our health is wealth, If you healthy, you got it made. If you not, that's where you're going to have problems. Okay? And that's when most people's lives, that's when most people's lives start unraveling, is when they have health challenges. I've seen that for myself. That's when most people's lives start unraveling. So prepare yourself. Get you some life insurance. Get you some life insurance. Get you some insurance. Take care of protect your assets, whether it be through a trust or will or whatever. Start setting yourself up to protect your family, if you care about them that much. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't like Dr. Dre. Why? Dr. Dre's, his oldest daughter, he ain't even with the program. Because he said he's not making her no better. I'm basically making you, dependent. And I am not really helping you become a better person, which is what my job is as a dad, is to help you become a better person. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, y'all, go get yourself checked out, men and women. Go get yourself checked out, but especially you black men, go get yourself checked out and at least find out where you're at so that you can do something about it early enough before you have a chronic condition and they try to start just yanking stuff out of you. All right, till then, never be the aggressor. Peace.